The war against the Islamic State organization has a new battlefield: the web. The international network of activists Anonymous has launched a campaign against the presence of the group on social media. Operation ISIS is a bid to, I quote, protect those who are defenseless both in the cyber world and the real world, unquote, and to prevent propaganda from spreading. Anonymous is a loose network of hackers and activists where identities are protected. But we managed to find one of the members behind the campaign. And what you're about to see now is an exclusive interview. My first question was how Anonymous arrived at the decision to launch Operation ISIS.
We took this initiative in order to establish two things. One, we needed the public to understand how urgent the situation is in Iraq. Before the mainstream media took serious direction in reporting the ISIS threat, we were one of the first to communicate it to the masses via the video we uploaded on YouTube in June explaining how and why ISIS came to be. We also made it clear that the United States was not free of blame, as it has directly and indirectly contributed to the crisis we see today. The second reason was that we needed to make sure the public knew that ISIS did not represent the Islamic religion. Time and time again, we've seen confusion and hatred when news of any group that had called itself Islamic surfaced. We were determined not to let that happen again. Muslims and Christians alike have been victims of this tragedy, and we were prepared to answer questions and address any concerns that had to deal with this topic.
I then asked concretely what kind of actions are being taken as part of this operation.
In the video we released, we planned to attack several countries that were knowingly supporting ISIS financially, including Turkey and Saudi Arabia. We warned that if they continued to support ISIS, we would be forced to destroy their virtual infrastructure. And yes, we have those who can do this. However, due to recent events, we took it upon ourselves to change our strategy and face this problem a different way. ISIS, of course, is not a government. Therefore, they have no government websites and most of their activity is on social media. We have rarely encountered a situation such as this. So what we decided to do was, instead of attacking them directly, we decided to attack their ideologies with truth and logic. In the process, we were doing our job to inform the people that these criminals are liars and deceivers and they do not deserve to be listened to. We cited Islam's rules of engagement, which include not harming prisoners of war, or cutting down a tree, or attacking ministries. We also cited the covenant the Prophet of Islam, Muhammad, had with all worshipping Christians, and that whoever breaks that covenant is excluded from his people. Things like these drastically change their influence on social media and exposes them for who they are: gangsters who hijack the Islamic religion.
There were a number of attempts to block or at least slow down the spreading of Islamic State group propaganda online. Twitter, for example, removed several accounts that were associated with the movement. But when Operation ISIS was launched, many criticized Anonymous, saying the move sends a double message as a form of online regulation and even censorship, precisely what Anonymous has fought against since the establishment of the group. My last question was what they had to say to those critics.
Well, we should make it clear to them that yes, in the beginning of the operation we did plan on hijacking certain Twitter accounts led by ISIS members. But we thought to ourselves, why would we take down a direct line of information? They love to brag and show off their strength, and we believe that is their ultimate weakness. We decided to utilize that, and instead of taking them down, we publicly respond to them. Sometimes they do respond back and sometimes they don't, because they simply cannot argue with the truth we lay before them. We believe that all censorship is unacceptable. And to those who believe that in doing this we are censoring, we tell them that sometimes we have to take down what everyone knows is false information. There is much confusion in the world already, and we really don't need more. The Islamic State, as they call themselves, is very much like those of the Westboro Baptist Church, those who are affiliated with Anders Breivik, and very much like the KKK. We don't associate those groups with Christianity, so why should we associate ISIS with Islam?